Yeah, unfortunately I didn't make any PowerPoint presentation, so I'm going to have a live performance. So my idea is to make a responsive environment in Malmö with in a familiar place, with their familiar objects, which is going to be a park, like let it be, for example, Folkets Park, and with trees which are already there. So right now I have two major ideas for how trees can react. And the first one is a smiling tree. So like imagine there is a trees in the park, and like each time somebody passes by, the trees smile, and it's the faces of the trees made with the LED strip, and there is a sensor which detects the objects which appear in the view of the tree. So yeah, that's. And then the next thing is a coffin tree, which is something which is installed in the different trees, so the trees can smile and cough at the same time. And it's supposed to react on the people who smoke nearby. So we have a person who stands in the lights a cigarette and smoke. There is a smoke sensor installed in the tree, and the tree starts to make this coughing sound, like it's not intended to be some anti-smoking campaign, but more like just a normal human reaction for there's somebody who doesn't smoke. It's just starts to cough. Then yeah, that's it for now. But maybe to develop a project, they can also sing or react somehow in different ways. Yeah.
Let's see. 2.5 more minutes to go. Then we'll get some more time for the EuroChat questions. So please.
Do you know already how to do it in a technical way?
Oh yeah, the smiling piece is it's just a LED strip. So you can bend it and make the space. And then there is an ultrasonic sensor which can detect objects will pass by. That's the easiest way. And then there are the coffin tree. There is something called smoke sensor, which detects the reflections of the particles in the air. So if you smoke, like the closest proximity to the sensor, then the help of speakers and yeah, there will be a sound.
But don't you need to be really close to these sensors?
Yeah, I guess so. I've seen yeah, that's the question. It can be installed somewhere here.
Have you made a prototype? Have you tested this, or is it an idea so far?
Yeah, it's just an idea.
Okay.
And how do you see the connection to Fabriken or Cykelköket?
It involves a lot of electronic work.
Is there any relationship between the two ideas, more than that they're based on trees?
They're based on trees, but yeah, maybe it doesn't look very coherent now, but if I'll make more like more different abilities for the trees, like singing, and it will be like it will look like a one big concept. So I don't see it's like maybe one smiling tree will be not enough. I think it will be like a grove then.
No, I think the overall concept is it like to care more for the trees, or think about the trees, or saving the trees. Or
No,
just interact with
it's
trees?
more about like just the responsive environment.
Yeah, because I'm a bit confused. Is it an environmental project or an art installation? Or how do you see it?
it's not really environmental. It's more like just making the environment playful and interesting. But it can be. I was thinking that it can be recycled to be more environmental, but not in like. It's not my primary concern now. Like, for example, the smoking tree can be recycled and reused in somewhere in the parking spaces where like a lot of cars. I'm not sure if the smoke sensor will work in that. With their car. Yeah, with cars.
We have time for one more question. Anyone?
What's your background?
I'm studying interaction design, the master progress in K3 right now.
I think there's an enormous environmental. I think that you should actually really like why have you chosen trees, and kind of there's a huge environmental potential in this, which I think is quite interesting to maybe think about a little bit more and develop. I mean, I can understand that you're interested in the kind of interactive aspect of it, but there is like a sort of, I think there's a story here that somehow that I would like to hear more about, like the kind of the larger context. I think it would be very interesting, like very playful, easy idea to prototype and to test in a public space, or whether you chose to do it on the streets or somewhere else. But I think there's something kind of almost very social and interesting that I think you should sort of tap into a bit more. That would give it a bit more depth.
Yeah, definitely. Like the choosing the trees for the conscious choice, because it's like first of all the form. Like it's very easy to put the like human face in on the form of the tree to make this experience of a living object. Not the object, not the right word. And then the trees were always considered to be some living creatures.
That's a beautiful sentence to end with. Thank you very much.